Jolly day, would you like to try a peach mango pie with a side of Ace Attorney Investigations? Because if you do, then let's go ahead and get started.
Hi, hey everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Cole, thank you so much for being first. Welcome in, welcome in. Timbit, hiya, hey. And Tsuki, still waiting for the release of this game. That's right. Excited for this demo playthrough? I am too. Hi, Kieran. How are you doing, man? I'm doing good, Juan. Thank you for stopping by. I know the start time is like way earlier than we usually start, but I wanted to get to this as soon as I got home because I'm going in 1,000,000% blind. I don't want to even know what the title screen looks like until I get there with you guys because I know the music's going to be good. So I wanted to like experience everything new with you guys. But today, we are playing Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, episode 1. I'm assuming episode 1. The demo released on all platforms today. So on Switch, I believe also PlayStation and Xbox and all that. Oh! Lyra Mori, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, gamers. Hiya, hey. You guys came at the perfect time. We're literally getting started. Hello. If you guys are new here, it's nice to meet you all. My name is Kieran. I'm a magical boy idol VTuber, as well as a queer Filipino-American voice actor for animation, anime, and video games. What were you up to? What's going on? Hi, it's Lyra, like Lyra and ooh. Yeah, okay, Lyra Mori. Okay. The two R's caught me off guard. But first off, let me go get the clip. So let's go to the actual screen. Hold on. Welcome in, Raiders. It's really nice to meet you guys. I hope you guys had a great time hanging out with Lyra. You guys are playing Sun Haven? Oh my god! That's such a cute game!
Positor, the first thing I do is Emperor Hugo.
Uh-huh. Tell me more. No, tell me more.
He said he's not ready for children yet, though, so...
No, I think he is. I think he's ready. So you're an artist too? That's so cool. Oh yeah, it says casual streamer, live 2D artist. And wait, let me read your profile. We're gonna stalk you now. Illustrator, contact via Discord or Twitter for commissions or look through my site. Ooh. But welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for choosing to raid me. I really appreciate it. If you guys are interested in commissioning artwork from Lyra, go ahead and check out their website right here. I make models. Oh, that's cool. So if you guys are interested in becoming VTubers, maybe check out Lyra and work with them. If you guys are interested in, becoming a VTuber. But yeah, today we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations. The demo just dropped today on all platforms. I'm super excited to play it. I just finished downloading it. I haven't seen anything yet. I'm a really big Ace Attorney fan, but I'm also playing through the series blind. So this is gonna be really exciting. Because I didn't think we were gonna drop a demo for this. Because the game is supposed to come out next week on, I believe, the 6th? Or I guess in 2 weeks or so, on the 6th. And I was ready to play the first episode then. Because we're in the middle of playing through Dual Destinies, but we're gonna play the first episode now if we can. So I guess let's go ahead and go back to the Elgato screen. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh my god, I'm so excited. But also, if you guys want to answer today's check-in question, the check-in question of the stream is, what is a song that reminds you of summer? Please feel free to let me know. I wanted to do a stream where we like make a playlist together to represent summer for our community. But Twitch is going that whole thing about like music. Language set to English, yes. About this demo. Experience the opening chapters of both Ace Attorney Investigations games. You can transfer your save data to the full game. Note, you cannot obtain any accolades in this demo. Accolades being the, achievements in this game. The games in this collection are... Oh. This game supports an autosave feature. Please do not turn the console off when the icon above is on screen. System save data. Save. Yeah, we're gonna play on English. But it looks like they have Japanese, English, French, German, Korean, and I'm assuming like simplified and traditional Chinese. Wait, look at like, I'm such a geek about this stuff. Look at the UI and how when you hover over a selection, there's like a little like chessboard overlay on top of it. If you look like in the like red where English is, you'll see little chessboard pieces. Oh, it's so cool. Click the view button to view our privacy policy. No, it's okay. I think they know that I'm a huge simp. Okay, wait, we have to hear the music. This is 1,000,000% remix music. Oh my god, it's so good! Can you guys let me know if you guys can hear the game well or if anything needs to be turned up or down? It's a little bit quiet on my end, but if you guys need me to turn it, if it's fine on your guys' end, I'll keep it as is. Oh my god, this OST is so good! Lyra, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in. Okay, let's see what options we have here. So there is some sort of accessibility features in the sense of you can turn off screen shaking and like flashes, which are really good for anyone with sensitive eyes. I really like when games offer that as an option because sometimes it's a bit too strong. Vibration, text skip, window transparency. Low transparency is fine. Hide UI elements mode. Yes, perfect. Arts, so this is really cool. Obviously, the Edgeworth games were originally on the Nintendo DS. So what's really awesome about this version of the game is that they offer like a hand-drawn sprite style or like the pixel sprite style. We're gonna be playing through these games with the HD art. I think he looks really cute. It's almost chibi, but not chibi. It's just like, he's small. It's like a squibby almost. A song that reminds me of summer is Cool With Your Girlfriend by Kenny. Ooh. That reminds me of, there's that Demi Lovato song that's like, we're cool for the summer. Yeah, the HD art looks so good. Are you a fan of Ace Attorney, Lyra? So we're gonna play with the English voices, but there are it looks like there's voices for every language that is offered in the game. I haven't played because I'm bad at it, but I love the art. Well, good thing here. It says here there's a reader mode that automatically progresses through the dialogue when enabled, and there's a story mode that automatically progresses through the game when enabled, including answering questions and presenting evidence. So it looks like if you want to just experience the story for the story, and you're bad at like presenting evidence or things like that, there is a mode that lets you, just experience the story and then the evidence gets presented for you. I've never tried it, but I do like that those are always features that are that are possible for anyone that like might be bad at them like me. Because if you guys have seen my Ace Attorney streams, I'm very, very, very bad at presenting evidence. Credits. Wait, I want to see the credits really fast. I just gotta make sure that my girl Janet worked on this. We have to see Miss Janet's name on these credits. The OST, it has like this like regality to it because it's so Edgeworth coded. Oh, I probably shouldn't be looking at the like pictures on the side. That might be spoilers for... There it is! Okay. Localization director, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, English editor, rewriter, and scripter, Janet Su. Okay. Okay, this game is in good hands. We are safe. And Tatsuro Iwamoto did the character designs for this game. So I just have to check because Janet Su is like the I don't know what their position would be. I guess like head editor. They're usually the localization lead for all the Ace Attorney games since I believe Justice for All. So like a lot of the charm for these games, I definitely attribute to them. I also just want to see the credits and see if they show any of the voice actor credits, just because I think they use the DS cast, but there's new characters here, so I want to know if they use if they worked with Capcom employees or if they hired voice actors for these ones. Prosecutor's Gambit English localization, Schlock Limited. Multi-language localization. I'm trying so hard to not like look at the pictures on the side. I also got some boba with me too. I'm ready for today. Oh, here we go. Rachel Walzer, Ryan Dress, Matthew Masaru, Baron, Indigo. I don't know any of these names. I know Edgeworth in the DS version, his voice actor was like Sun King. So in the DS games, they were all like employees from Capcom. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and let's see what else here is. Okay, full version. This is probably just like gonna take us to the eShop. So I already have the game pre-ordered. Obviously, I'm gonna get it. I believe the only physical version available is gonna be the Nintendo Switch version. So PlayStation, obviously Steam, and then Xbox are gonna be digital only, as far as I know. And if you pre-order, then you get the remake, like the arranged versions of the OST. So you have Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations, and wow, the background for 2 looks really good. Prosecutor's Gambit. So I thought this was really interesting that they have the first case for not just the first game, but the second game as well. That's really cool because you get to preview, like, you know, this is the first time we're getting it officially in English and stuff like that. So we get to like see a little bit of that. From what I heard, the games are not supposed to be connected. I'm gonna turn the volume up for the game just a little bit. Let me know if you need me to turn it down. But from what I heard, the 2 games, like the story's kind of not like they're kind of separate stories. So it's cool that for anyone that wants to check out 2, they can do that now. But we're just gonna only do 1 for today because we're gonna play all the cases in order. Let's go ahead and get started. Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. And obviously, I'm playing blind, so please don't, like, you know, the usual works.
Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all.
Welcome in, Nettie.
That may be true, but why? Why go to this far?
Oh, wait, oh!
Sorry, but I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters
To me, no matter what the cost.
Is that who I think it is? Is that who I think it is? That's not Manfred von Karma!
I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will.
Oh my god, Kieran style, hi!
March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor's building, 12th floor hallway. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month.
Yeah! You look so
I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean.
Welcome in, Titsanel.
The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office.
Welcome in, Yasmin.
Is that a threat?
He's so cool! He's not scared one bit!
Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one.
He scared him off!
My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. March 14th, 2:56 a.m. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202.
Ooh, okay, here's my court record.
Prosecutor's badge. Proof of my profession. However, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. Profiles. The victim in this case. Why was he killed in my office?
I finished photographing the victim's body, sir.
Very well. Please continue your investigation.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir?
Gummy! Wait. There's hide UI mode, right? There's hide UI mode, right? Look at him! He's puffing his chest! His big beefy chest! Gummy!
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene.
I have proof too.
When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being.
Please, I really hope that there is a model preview. What is it called? An animation studio for this game. I really hope they have one.
You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt?
So what's really cool about this one is that they show Edgeworth's sprite in this game, because in the Phoenix games or in any of the other games, you don't see you. It's a first-person view, so we're looking at the other characters. But for these games, you see the character you're talking to and Edgeworth himself. So that's really, it looks like a visual novel. You mean the debug room? No, because the Apollo trilogy has like a a sprite preview, like an animation studio that lets you like look at all the different portraits and sprites and models.
No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Look what they did to your office! It's totally trashed! I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud in my office. Whoa! Sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing! This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth!
Wait, they gave us 20 save slots? I don't think we need that many, but okay.
Okay, time to do some investigating! Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched to the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why, of all places, did the murder occur in my office? Crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? The office key. For security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So, how do you use it? First, I recall the information we've gathered with the L button. Then I connect them together with the X button. Now, time to use the L button and recall the facts. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after?
Oh my god, Wendy Williams' voice, the killer.
The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow the leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! High Prosecutor's Offices, Room 1202. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply use the A button when I'm next to it.
Apply this in real life, guys. If you're next to your book and you want to examine the book, use the A button.
Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use the X button, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose.
Wait, I want to try something. I want to see if Okay, so you can only set the art style on the main menu, and then when you reload it, then it shows the... It switches the art styles. So this is really cool. What sets these games apart from the Phoenix games is that you actually get to run around as Edgeworth. So I think this is what I really need with an Ace Attorney game, because I kind of get a little bit sleepy when I play Ace Attorney games, in the sense of it's just dialogue after dialogue after dialogue, and there's no like gameplay of like me, like, you know, versus like when I play Final Fantasy, right? I can play Final Fantasy like a lot because I'm doing other things. Wait, look at Gummy's little face. He's like, Gummy. Oh. Look at how tall Gummy is!
You're called, sir. Is there anything you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe? Just that I rushed over here as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation's just gotten started, so I guess there's not much else to say. So, were you the one who found the body, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked. And what awaited me inside was this whole messy affair. Ouch! That's rough! Even though I left the security of this room to a certain detective. Sorry, sir. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe. Of course, sir. Examine anything and everything with the A button. By checking various things out, we can gather all sorts of evidence and information. You can see the evidence we've collected with the R button. For information, For information and leads, it's the L button. Oh, that's it! Great job, sir! Deductive reasonable is way to go! It's called deductive reasoning, Detective. Clearly something you lack.
Seeing Edgeworth move around reminds me of that one video of Edgeworth running in the dog race.
Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but, it's really cool, sir. Much, much cooler than my badge could ever be. There's no need to suck up to me, Detective.
I'm kicking my legs and giggling like a little girl.
Dick Gumshoe, age 32. Homicide detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation.
Gummy.
Ouch! They even knocked over your chess set!
Oh, they have the text box be able to like move up. That's kind of cool.
I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much.
Okay, so we're gonna save. Let's go back to the home menu and then let's preview what the game looks like with the sprite assets. Yeah, I was like, how can you change the art style in the middle of the game? Oh, wow! Okay, so even the backgrounds are still the sprites, too. Okay, so the portraits are still the artwork. Okay, but the backgrounds and the sprites are all actually still the original DS sprites. So that's cool. It's like, it's not a full one-to-one just because like the portraits are still portraits, but that's cool that that is available as an option. But yeah, we're gonna be playing with the HD assets.
They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they've done processing the crime scene.
Crime scene notes jotted down in...
Oh, crime scene notes jotted down in my organizer. The bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. All right, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press the R button to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey! I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink! Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you. Victim was a detective. According to his badge and ID, Buddy Faith was a pressing detective. Buddy Faith, age 29.
God, that's so scary. I literally turn 29 next year. I can't imagine, like, getting unalived.
There are files all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Signs of a struggle. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Aw, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I water the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
Does he have a life? Why is Edgeworth so shady?
I don't believe it! I packed those files on those shelves so tight that not even an earthquake could make them fall off, but just look at them! At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all! A problem, to be sure. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf.
Wait. love Gummy. Gummy's so cute. I miss him. We literally don't get any of him in the Apollo trilogy, so this is my little delight, my little treat. Oh, obligatory stepladder.
Ah! Watch out for teacup fragments there, sir! The killer's going to pay. This tea set. Yikes! You're really mad over this.
Robin the Great Simp, thank you for following and joining the Konstellations. Welcome in.
This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It cost more than your whole month's paycheck. What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks!
Can we give her a warm welcome to Robin for being new here in the chat?
It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you.
Welcome in, Moo. Hi.
Huh? It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it. Oh, yeah! That thing's so polished it makes mirrors jealous! Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, Detective. My job is to protect your office, sir! And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
We need like a counter for every time Edgeworth says something so shady. We're like at 2 right now.
Oh, that's harsh, sir. I have to admit, the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay.
Edgeworth! He just docks his pay because he feels like it. The shield!
Oh, it's your trophy! The, Knight of Prosecutors, right? King of Prosecutors. And it is not a trophy, it is a shield. They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right? Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
You have a question, what's up?
That's so slick, sir! I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime. Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
Are you doing the voice? Yeah, I'm reading everything right now.
Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm. Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again? Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It is a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai.
He's gonna ramble like an otaku!
Along with a deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show gives it presence. Listen, I don't know anything about this show, but let me tell you all about the multimedia franchise that spawned many spin-offs and merchandise that I do not own. You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy? Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. That conversation lasted longer than I expected. Let us return to the investigation. I don't know much about the Steel Samurai, but... Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers? The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be...
Wendy, old bag, all will be resolved. Wendy.
Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns. Wendy, Isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that stopped? That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I would like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks like a billion times softer than my pillows that are on my chest. I mean, my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir? Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off.
Edward is so he's just like,
This bitch is too poor.
we can't hang, we're from different tax brackets.
What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon?
I once saw someone's headcanon that Edgeworth doesn't listen to classical but more rock and roll to show rebellion against Manfred he didn't do during his childhood. That's a cool headcanon, but again, let's just because I'm completely blinded to anything and I want to keep it as blanketed as possible, let's not talk about anything that like isn't related to the game itself or any theories or anything like that, just in case we accidentally spoil something, because I know that that can be a little bit of a problem with Ace Attorney. But yeah, thank you guys for respecting that, okay?
If so, it would mean the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the same exact model, I think. Detective. I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detectives. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic, find a way out if any of them are connected to each other. Do you have anything to report? Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction. Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more.
I thought he was talking about Edgeworth.
The victim was a detective.
He doesn't have a voice line for that?
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Victim's revolver data jotted down in my organizer. It can be assumed that this gun is the murder weapon. It was issued to the victim. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the R stick to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use the L and R buttons to zoom in and out to get at the nitty-gritty. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones they use at the track and field meets to start races. If you take it off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
I love Gummy so much. He's so cute. No, Lastiel, it's not out. We're playing the demo. It's a demo. But welcome in, Lastiel.
It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to
Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you?
Are you all right?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body! The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night.
Sure. Just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. Crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office.
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
Look at Gummy's little angry portrait. I will not! I know how things work around here! High prosecutor's office's doors have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not at the one who killed your partner.
Yeah! Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay?
Gummy.
So the only one who could get in here was me! Wait. That means... I'm not sure what that means.
So it was you then! You're Jim's killer! That's our himbo.
No way, pal! You've got it all wrong! Everyone, calm down!
Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Even though we know that this guy's the killer? All right, I get the point. You're right. My mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you.
You guys are conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all.
Thank you. I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Girl, why do you want a picture of you? Why do you want pictures of that?
I should probably give them some space.
Yeah, I would not want a picture with the dead body.
Mr. Portsman, a word if I may.
Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice! You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us! Now then, you wanted to talk to me about something?
No. That's all right. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. This picture's too important to mess up.
I'll leave the man to his art.
I heard Sane's clips in Faye. He's did an amazing job. That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Oh, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra-special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster!
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed yet, Detective. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me.
Move, I'm gay.
I'm starting to sound like him.
Blue Moss, hiya, hey, hey. Of course you came in during the gay moments.
But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. I'll do it my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find a spot that holds the contradiction.
It was a gay moment. I answered my calling.
This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should point my cursor at it and press X with conviction. When I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. This is how I do things.
This guy is such a nerd. He's not talking to anyone. He sees this piece and he's like, I have to show off that I know what's going on to the people around the room. Not to them, at them. I am not talking to anyone. I am talking at them.
Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction! What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right!
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too!
Which means that one of those 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Another gun. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here?
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that. It's a secret safe.
A secret safe? Ooh, I smell shmoney!
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. It is an entire stash of yaoi that I have procured from multiple conventions across multiple continents. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Roger that. Choo! Talk about dusty.
Welcome in, Peanut Bean. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something that I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
Doing good? Just checking in? No problem. Thanks for saying hi.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it? Oh, talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
Secret safe data jotted down in my organizer. Secret safe. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Trial evidence use. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now, this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah! There's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, forensic scientist.
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir.
I couldn't find, let alone lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Wiped prints. All of the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Prints were wiped. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information that we have.
You're called, sir?
I seem to have picked up a few good leads.
Oh, so now you're gonna do that thing with all that information, right?
What are you babbling about?
The brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago. Logic, sir? You said that you could look at all your leads and info by pressing the L button.
Welcome in, Psycho Reaper. What's going on? Hope you're doing well.
Then you pick the ones that seem related with the A button and connect them with the X button. I'm not familiar with this, logic. That's your way of investigating, right, sir?
Yes, which is why this exercise in explaining my own method to me was unnecessary.
Okay then, how about I explain my logic to you next?
That is even more unnecessary.
He's so cute.
Jacques Portman, a high prosecutor with the prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking with him.
I miss Gummy so much. Gummy is so cute. Wait, let's look at our screenshots of him. Let's look at our little collection. Look at his little face. His stubble. Look at his little sprite. Look, he's so cute. Gummy. don't know why people started calling him Gummy. I don't know if it's a fan nickname or not. I can't remember if they say it in the games. I did see in a screenshot for Investigations 2 that someone calls him Gummy, so I'm assuming that's where it came from, but I don't remember anyone ever calling him Gummy in like the games that I've played so far.
I've already finished examining this area, but it never hurts to look again.
Maglum Lord. Yeah, you know what that game is? I bought it because it was on sale, and like, you can be gay in that game. It has pretty art. Any good? The art, you might know, the art is done by... Oh my god. Why am I blanking out? They're like a popular artist. Who is the artist for this game? Who is the artist for this game? Lack. It's Lack. But is it a good game? No. It's very much a budget game that like the gameplay is like pretty awful, but like you can be gay. So that's why I bought it. It looks like their style. Oh, too bad. Yeah, I don't think you would like the game, but the art was really good. Let me pull up the... This is like completely off topic, but let me pull up the art for the main character. Sorry for off topic. No, it's okay. You asked it. You're my best friend. So in that game, you can choose between a male and a female protagonist, and they can date any of the characters from the roster regardless of gender. Because the whole point of that game is like they need to get married. But here are the main characters. Oh, not me. I'm not the main character. But yeah, this is Lack's art style. Oh wait, let me get a better... The Unicorn Overlord Dilemma. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, no, the art for them is pretty good. But I got it on sale for like $7. The other reason why I was like interested in it is because they had DLC for Tails. Like you could get like the Swordians and change the BGM to like the Tales of Destiny battle BGMs, and then they had one for they had some for other Tales games. So I was like, oh wow, they actually got like the partnership with Bamco. Yeah, it's cool, but I promise you the game's not that great.
Eureka!
I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information.
Oh no! I love that Edgeworth, like, he loses HP. It's like mental damage. Like, he's not the one, like, he's not fighting against anyone. He just embarrassed himself, and so he's losing his own HP. It's psychic damage. Oh, okay, wait. So any of these could be the left piece. There we go.
Eureka!
I believe I figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe.
Sai, did you play this game?
I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime.
I watched it. Okay. Well, you're gonna watch it again because Kira's gonna play through all of it in like 2 weeks. The culprit tried to open my safe. What was the killer's motive? Oh, no way, for real? For real?
I never knew there was a safe hidden back here.
Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret now, would they?
Are there any other secret hidden things in this room?
Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden if I told you.
I can't stop looking at Gummy. It really shows how much I miss him. I miss him too. He's like non-existent in Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice. The fact that like, you know what? I don't even know if him showing up in Apollo is good or bad because he shows up so little. Like it's one cameo that I feel like I'd rather just never see him. CV, welcome in. Thank you for the care package. Everyone, let's go ahead and stand up from our seats. We're gonna go ahead and twist our bodies to the left. Twist our bodies to the right. Let's stretch our arms straight up to the sky. Let's roll out that left shoulder. Let's roll out that right shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, let's roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let's go ahead and drink some water.
Oh yeah, this took Kieran 97 blankies.
Thank you so much for 15 months in the Superstar Sub Club. I really appreciate all the support. You're super, super, super sweet. I do need the stretching. Yeah, everyone, please make sure you guys take care of yourselves, okay?
So don't bother looking for them.
So there's not, like, a hidden camera around, right?
And what if there was?
Ah! No, it's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Gummy? What did you do in Edgeworth's office?
Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away?
Gummy's been funding his own his pay to paycheck with his OnlyFans. Let's be real here. You guys would totally subscribe to Gumshoe's OnlyFans, wouldn't you? %. Yes. I know you guys. Why else would you be here on this channel? Okay, so I have to do more logic stuff, huh? TBH, him just not appearing for a while really made me miss him. I think this is perfect. If you were good and actually beat the Apollo games when the re-release came out, and you had no other games to look forward to except for these ones, then you get your fill of Gumshoe, right? But if you're like me and you're dumb, you are still working on the Apollo games, and then you have this too that's gonna be on the back burner. But I'm really enjoying the gameplay of this one so far. I really like that you actually are active and you get to walk around the crime scenes. We'll see how I feel at the end of this case, but I'm gonna be good and I'm gonna try and finish Dual Destinies before I get to this game because Kiro was really insistent that I finish Dual Destinies first. Just because I know if I start this game and I get to it and I put Dual Destinies on the back burner, then we're not gonna see Dual Destinies for another half a year. And also, this game is supposed to be like the peak. The second game is supposed to be the peak of the series next to Great Ace Attorney. And I don't want to like lose the other best thing to look forward to for this series. The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? My files are a mess, pointing to it. No, I don't think that's it. Last I saw, you're in case 3 of Dual Destinies. Are you still on the same case? We're going to be finishing up case 3 for Dual Destinies tomorrow. And then the next week, I'm going to take a break because I'm going to Anime Impulse. And then afterwards... Well, Edgeworth is going to release after I'm back from Anime Impulse. I wanted to do something on the launch day for Edgeworth, but I feel like if I do case 2 of Edgeworth and then I put it on the back burner, I'm gonna regret it. So I think I might not play on Edgeworth's release day as much as I want to. I guess I shouldn't be too concerned because my thing was like, oh, like playing the game on release week is like the time you're gonna get the most hype for the game. But at the same time, like, these Ace Attorney games are so niche that, like, there's not really, like, a hype train to, like, be worried about, I guess. I feel like I'm missing something. I only have 4 pieces of the thought bubbles. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? Let's see if this works. No!
Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
He takes mental damage because he's so disappointed in himself because he doesn't look cool. Miles Edgeworth, you... I see. Miles Edgeworth is so cute.
There's nothing of interest here.
He's taking emotional damage.
You called, sir? I had no idea you had one of these things. I mean, I thought I knew everything there is to know about you, Mr. Edgeworth, including your 3 sizes. I feel like I've caught a glimpse of the hidden side of Miles Edgeworth, eh?
I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings.
Should I make that a redeem? You guys want to make that? You know how like people have like, you know how they have redeems for that? Should I make a redeem for saying that line?
There's a great deal you don't know about me. At least I hope so. I don't come off as gay, do I? Or my feelings for Phoenix, right? Any unnecessary feelings?
Must answer my calling.
I am starting to understand the headcanons that people have about this character. And I am really glad that we're, like, this game gives you a whole new perspective on him, and he is so cute. It's up to you. Oh yeah, I don't find it uncomfortable saying lines like that. I'll do it.
The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine.
A tool used to protect lives, and one that can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield a great responsibility. I hope you understand that.
I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time I would use this baby is when I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look ultra cool.
You were doing so well until that last bit.
I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest it.
Is that the only talent you have? Oh, wait.
The UI in this game is so snappy. This game plays so well. You know what's really funny? I saw someone tweet about this, but the way that all these collections and ports have improved the UI experience of playing these games so well, but the original Phoenix Wright trilogy is like a port from like 10 years ago, and it plays so jankily. These games just make the Phoenix Wright games even more janky. I really do hope that the Phoenix Wright trilogy gets remastered and or remade. And you know what? I would play it again if they do. As much, I mean, I want Ace Attorney 7, right? I want Ace Attorney 7 as badly as the next person. But if Capcom was to be like, sorry, we're only gonna ever remake Ace Attorney games, I would be fine with it too. I like the series that much. It is a monkey's paw situation. Okay, I feel like I just have to trust logic then. Why does this sound like the beginning of 360 by Charlie XCX? Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum. Bum bum. I went my own way and I made it. I'm your favorite reference, baby. Call me Gabrielle, you're so inspired.
Yeah.
The pieces don't fit together quite right. There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we've lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And? So what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there?
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal, okay? Not you, me! Done!
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh!
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell
on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Ooh.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I am certain there's something wrong with this picture.
I put them all back just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot.
Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it.
And that would be the logical conclusion. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf.
The blood on this guy's pants proves that very well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See? I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gummy! I love these games already, specifically because we have Gummy here.
The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot.
There are prints on the floor, too.
Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Wait, no, hold on. I gotta save my game. We gotta, like, choose a specific place and then match evidence to it? Oh my god. What do I have evidence-wise? Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at 2:05 a.m. Oh!
Eureka!
This is clearly where the contradiction lies!
I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot.
Huh. You don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong. That wasn't a mistake!
That was me keeping you on your toes, detective.
Him being wrong is so cute. I like Edgeworth. I always have, but but when I first went into this series, I was not expecting to.
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file's spine
indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting has occurred.
Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
Eureka!
There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means... Wait. What does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective! In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born! What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position?
Maybe my brain's even smaller to play this game than it is Phoenix. This is literally, actually the game.
The position of the body. If the victim was shot while he was lying down.
Wait, didn't you just say this line of reasoning is illogical, sir? You said the victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot.
I was trying to be nice and explain my complex logic in an easier way for you, detective.
Oh, really? Thanks for thinking of me, sir.
Good. I don't think he noticed my mistake.
This game is so funny.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey! Actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah! You see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird!
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred.
Aha! So that's it!
I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumptions as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, I don't like that. Wait, I don't like that.
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith.
Dedge.
Oh, wow, it said it right. Bonnie, thank you for 18 months in the Superstar Sub Club. Happy birth to our second child. How are you doing?
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was before the time of the murder. Time to give it another look.
I'm so eepy. Me too. It's Friday.
This. What's that? Why does it say Gumshoe there in blood?
I'd say that's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No! Wait, there's gotta be some mistake!
Got family in town, so I'm getting kicked over. Oh, good luck.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me! Say something, sir!
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is that what the killer was really after? Stolen file. One of the files that were written upon blood was stolen by the culprit. Investigation complete. Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me!
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. Beloved?
If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
Look at Gummy's little face. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go refill my water really fast because it's really hot. So I'll leave you guys here with Edgeworth and Gummy, okay? Treat them well. Maybe smash them together like Barbie dolls. I'll be back in just a second. All right, I got my water. Let's do this.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court. Make out with the I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
How do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
All right. First, I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with the R button and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present evidence, I simply use the X button, but that's old news.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness with the L button. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information, a new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
And then he kabedons him.
Mr. Portsman's logic.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gum from him and shot him dead! Gun, not gum, gun! Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed the theft instead! That's when you moved Jim's body there that was sitting in front of the bookshelf! Gumshoe! But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer?
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest!
Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman?
What's this guy's name again? Jacques Portsman.
There is no way Detective Gumshoe's the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
My God, look at how broad his shoulders are, guys. I can't help you out of this one, Jim.
Hold it!
Hold it! You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
Miles Edgeworth, you are so baby girl. Welcome in, Princess Emily. That made me laugh.
What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith?
Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? Is this a reference to something, or is this just like a alliteration? Like a Jesse and James?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jacques and Buddy sounds kind of off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim.
He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that?
That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey! Are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle,
I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal! Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Oh, poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? Voice, thank you.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway...
Hold it!
Why do you think the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal!
You cannot handle your finances, Gumshoe? Sounds like you need another pay cut.
I'll give it all around. Hope you're doing well today. There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Well, why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth!
Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
I couldn't ask for a better setup. For the finishing game spike!
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you?
Yep. Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner.
Looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He's yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman in by presenting him with some evidence.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Oh, is it just this one? You stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters the body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
Hold it!
I gotta read this. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I could prove it with evidence.
Objection!
Our first objection's right!
Objection! Perhaps you were not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible!
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing!
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
Objection!
It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder!
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters and the detective's name where the file should be is proof.
Yeah! The S is gone, and there's only half an H!
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood!
Wait! Guys! Why does this look... Wait, no. Why does this look like...
He asked for no pickles!
This is so cute. Come on, I'm trying to take a screenshot, you stupid...
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get him, sir! You'll see! I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time!
Well, Mr. Portsman,
Brilliant! Absolutely splendid! Logic deserving of Olympic gold!
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
Meh, you win some and you lose some. And that's how life works.
I'm glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
Ah, but you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However,
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
That's absolutely right. And I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say?
Why are you flashing me when you don't even have, when you have a shirt underneath?
Well, I was thinking. Did you know that there is one other person with the key to this office? One other person?
Hey, you there!
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady?
This girl is a member of the building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't!
What's with him all of us? Oh my god, please tell me it's Wendy Oldbag. Aw, boo! I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss... We have to... You're a hater. I am a hater. I hate her. She took away Gummy from me. I've called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir. Wait a second. Hero, can you remind me what... No, the case with Maggie's the first case for Justice for All, right? Hold on. But then she becomes a maid in Trials and Tribulations. Welcome in, Adu. Hold on, I need to pull up the Ace Attorney timeline. Does she look really... Well, this is because she's not a cop anymore. Hold on, so Capcom has made an official series timeline, so I can try to piece together, like, when, like, I'm trying to remember everything, right? So, quick little tangent. Hi, Adu, welcome in. Here's the official Capcom sanctioned timeline. Chronologically, the Great Ace Attorney 1 and 2 take place first, obviously, because this is Renosuke, this is Phoenix's ancestor. And then it goes Phoenix Wright 1, 2, 3, and then it's Edgeworth 1, Edgeworth 2. But Edgeworth 1 takes place 1 month after Trials and Tribulations. Okay. Okay. So this would be after she's working at the maid cafe. I mean, yeah, but even her hair and like these clothes don't feel like her. They kind of do in the sense that like she's wearing the blue badger and the blue badger's like the cop mascot. I'm sorry, not still unturned. I can't believe you tried to actually me and then you gave me the wrong information. Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is a security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is?
It's also, I mean, obviously, I know why they brought her back because she's Gumshoe's love interest, but like, Ace Attorney, they're kind of fast and loose about who they bring back. They're not really consistent with like characters coming back in future games or not. So it is interesting to see her in this game.
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What?
If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird.
How dare you! I never would sneak into someone's room!
That's right! I refuse to believe that Maggie's a culprit, pal! It was me! That's right, I did it!
This is just freaking Turnabout Academy all over again!
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal! So, yeah, it was me! If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here.
That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime. And for one simple reason.
Reason for suspicion. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So you're saying she used the master key? Master key. This can open every office and door. Its use is controlled by security staff.
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then and this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. Yes, it was Maggie. Let's lock her away so I can have... No, I wouldn't do that to an innocent, like, person. Listen, I like Gumshoe, and I don't care if Shu Takumi wants me to ship Gumshoe with Maggie. I'm gonna use my mind's eye to make everything yaoi, and I mean everything self-insert yaoi. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him.
Hold it! Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff this time of night,
And tonight,
she's it.
isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's... But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir!
Was it able to? What is that supposed to mean? Yes, well, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her to not tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out?
No, I mean...
Yes. Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I will be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this is to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe someone like you would be taken in by such words.
Why is he, like, double flashing me like a Twitch response?
I'm not lying, sir.
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. Just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office!
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit quickly went through the bookshelves and at least tried to save.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Hold it!
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However,
Glad to hear the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me.
However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe,
Hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter.
would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence?
Hold it!
I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly.
It was just a theory. One hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning.
If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first?
Now, don't make that face. See? There goes the truth running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it.
I don't think you're catching my drift.
Aw, but we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say that since she's the only one who could have opened your office door.
Hold it!
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions?
Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had made a spare for someone else.
I'll have you know that I never made a spare, so what are you insinuating?
Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would.
Hold it!
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Raise your hand if you've heard of Detective Gumshoe, whether or not it was from Yaoi that you've seen on the internet. This is me raising my hand. Just me? Okay.
Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors.
He totally thought he made a sore for Phoenix? Oh, a spare? Welcome in, Cosita. Can we give Cosita a warm welcome for being new here in the chat?
Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
Honey, the chokehold you had on the Bara community.
We're holding our collective breath, you know.
For when you screw up so badly, you're literally chased off the force.
Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course not. That's hogwash.
Hello, I didn't know there was a demo. So Capcom just announced a demo this morning. So you were totally in the okay to not know that. But it is available on all platforms. Once again, the demo is available everywhere, but the game is only going to be digital on all platforms except for Switch. Switch is the only one that it's going to be available physically on.
Phew. Don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
The cool thing about the demo as well is that it includes the first episode for the second game too. So if you guys want to see what it looks like with the official localization, you guys can check out that episode as well.
Hold it!
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence!
I would love to. But first, we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. And press him for more information.
You're really sweet, thank you. Her intent from the messed up shelves to wipe down safe, I'd say thievery. If Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect, on top of which she knows her good detective, doesn't she? Making it all more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Oh, Kiro, do you know who Cosita is? Awesome. Pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. Her intent from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I would say thievery. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? But she doesn't know the victim. Thank you for following and joining the Konstellations, Cosita. I appreciate it. Any friend of Kiro is a friend of mine.
Objection! I must object to your line of logic.
And which part do you have an objection to?
Yes, well... Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered.
The detective's right for a change.
How did it come to this?
Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think everything through a little bit more rationally.
He talks to him. Edgeworth talks to himself so much. He's so relatable. Oh my god. Playing this one episode, just this one episode, has really enlightened me as to why, like, he has a certain perception, like, from the fandom.
Hold it!
I just like to see if there's blue text. Usually blue text, like, alerts me to, like, hey, this might be the one.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time of night. And tonight, wait, didn't I do this already? Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's, true, but I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
No, I read this already. Why can't I skip this dialogue?
I discovered that the master key was missing around 1 a.m., sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Objection!
A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
What do you know, pal? Besides, Maggie doesn't have any reason to want to sneak into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
You mean her motive? Did we know? We read this already. Hold on. Oh, it says but I read this. Did I not read this already? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. Can't ignore the fact that all of the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking...
No, I read this already. Why does the game think I didn't read this?
Hold it! Hold it!
Sorry, I tend to look for blue text because that kind of like alludes to me that we need to press that because you know me. I read the thing, but I don't let it fully process in my brain.
Hold it!
What we need is red text.
Hold it!
Okay, so it's the first statement.
Hold it!
Wasn't able to.
Objection!
I guess I'll just try all these ones.
Objection!
No. If we flop, it's fine. Because then I get to hear Edgeworth's objection, which is one of my favorite objections ever.
Objection!
My brain, oh my god, this is the first case. What's really interesting about this one is that the first, like, usually we're up against like a Winston Payne kind of guy that's like super like, poor edgy poo. I know, right? Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door. That leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Well, she's kind of like avoiding him. Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Objection!
This one's tough. Oh, was I supposed to analyze this?
It's the master key to every office in the building.
That's it?
This badge's design is said to reflect the restlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strict protectors of the law and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days.
Don't I know it, Edgeworth? Oh my god.
To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so. Each prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else.
They need to make more games like this. I want to hear inside his thoughts more. Pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key, her intent from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe. Messed up shelves to the wiped down safe. Well, she wouldn't know. She wouldn't know that he had a safe, right?
Objection!
Objection! Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth, after all. First try, you're so... Oh my god, Cosita, you were so right. You know, it's like you've been here all this time.
It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe.
Black Quill Investigations?
The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors.
Ah!
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan.
But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable.
Yeah!
What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Oh, curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault!
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I'd only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. The thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief?
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, was... Okay, this guy, he doesn't come across as dumb as Winston Payne, but he 1,000,000% is. No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us. Unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him!
Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
You can't kick us out! This is Mr. Edgeworth's office!
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees, and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal! How many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit!
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir...
We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman. We will. meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear?
No, that's all we get of the demo? Ah! Please let me play more, let me play more, let me play more. No! That's where the DS demo left off too? Oh man! Thank you for playing the demo. You can continue the investigation in the full game. No! Capcom, please! So Kiro was telling me earlier that back in the day, there was a demo for the DS version of this game. And he said that you played it on your computer like a flash game. And you could just do the case like that. But the funny thing is he said that when he played it, he did not enjoy the demo. Like he was not excited for this game. I remember that too. See, I didn't play this game back in the day. Makes sense. You would have finished the first case before long. Yeah? It's so funny because I'm really enjoying this. I want to play more. I think what I'm really excited about for this game, obviously besides Edgeworth, the biggest marquee feature about this game is that we get to read into Edgeworth's inner thoughts, and he is such a fascinating character because we really see beyond, obviously, like, in 2024, we know that he's like super complicated and like he's a baby girl, right? But like at the time this game came out, you only ever see him from Phoenix's perspective, right? And you never really get to hear his own inner thoughts until the case in Trials and Tribulations, right? And even then, when I played that case, you guys saw that I was so excited to like really read into Edgeworth's inner character, right? And this game offers that twice. So I'm really excited to get to see that. But at the same time, I think what really makes this game special is the investigation sections. Like you actually physically get to move about the location. I know it sounds like such a small thing because it's just like you have such a small map, right? But that little bit of gameplay makes a huge difference versus where the Phoenix games, where you only have select the menu, go to the location, and then it's dialogue, right? There's no control of the character that makes it feel like a role-playing game in that aspect. But I'm so excited to play this game, guys. This was so good. Okay, so the good news is since we didn't finish this case, when this game releases, we can continue and finish off the first case. Those investigation scenes are amazing looking. I can't believe they only relegated these to spin-offs. I can't believe it either. Maybe they can make a new game of this. Maybe the next Ace Attorney... I wouldn't be mad if the next Ace Attorney game was in investigations like this, whether or not it's Edgeworth, because apparently people want like Black Quill, people want other characters to have their own investigations games. I would be very happy to see that too, like just to see games that don't necessarily feature Phoenix and all that. As much as I love Phoenix, I wanna have a new character like and see from their perspective, just because you get a fresh perspective and hearing the inner thoughts. It's so special, right? Ace Attorney Investigations Wendy Oldback. You know what? That'd be such a great gag April Fool's joke if they did like a Flash game where you're Wendy Oldbag and it's like they frame it as like an Ultimate game with like Miles Edgeworth. That'd be so hilarious. So can we get a show of hands? Who here has played Edgeworth Investigations and who here hasn't? I'm so curious to see what everyone's perspectives on this game is. While we get there, I will let you guys know, just for anyone that is interested in the game, the demo is available now. You guys can play it yourself. I didn't play it, but if you guys want to check out Ace Attorney Investigations 2, The first chapter is available there, Turnabout Trigger. You can play that as well. So if you guys want to see what the localization for this case looks like, you guys can get a little preview of that. I'm not going to do that just because I'm going to play it chronologically. You played it on the DS. So this game, the collection officially releases on September 6th, 2024. So that's going to be in 2 weeks, in 2 Fridays from now. And then once again, that's going to be on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Windows, and Steam. But it's going to be digital everywhere. The only physical one that you can get is on Nintendo Switch. And if you guys pre-order, then you'll get the bonus DLC that features the new arranged music for Edgeworth 2. Trying to see what else. Guys, this was so much fun. I'm so looking forward to playing this game. But this is actually perfect because I have some stuff I gotta do tonight anyways. Edgeworth is new to you? Okay, cool. So here's the game plan then here's the Ace Attorney timeline that we're gonna be doing. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. PST or 11 a.m., whatever time I feel like, we will be finishing off the 3rd case in Dual Destinies. And then we'll put that on pause for just a bit. There won't be an Ace Attorney stream the weekend after because I will be at Anime Impulse. And then when Edgeworth releases on the 6th of September, we will go ahead and finish off episode 1 of Edgeworth Investigations. And then once that's complete, we'll go back to Dual Destinies. We'll finish off cases 4 and 5, put Dual Destinies to a full close. And then afterwards, we'll continue on with Edgeworth Game 1, and then go into Edgeworth Game 2, then go into Spirit of Justice, and then by then, the only game we'll have left is Layton versus Wright, unless they announce a new Ace Attorney game. If they do, then we'll play that, obviously, and if they don't, then we'll play Layton versus Wright. Depending on whether or not I feel like playing a Professor Layton game. But that being said, that's going to be it for today, it looks like, which is totally fine. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had fun checking out Edgeworth's demo with me. Obviously, I love this game. I love Ace Attorney. I love Edgeworth. I love voicing all these characters. This is so fun to do. If you guys are new here and want to keep up on all the socials, feel free to follow on Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Atelier Kieran. If you guys would like to join the Discord server, anyone's welcome to join from that link down there, as long as you guys are over 18. But you guys better be adults if you're watching my stream.
Or else.
Or else Edgeworth will be the one to do the shooting. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. We are gonna go ahead and raid. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's do some investigating. We're gonna go ahead and raid. Let's go ahead and raid Satyr. It is his 3-year anniversary streaming. So let's go ahead and give him a congratulations. Let's go ahead and send him some love, if you guys can. Let's give him a congratulations for the message. So let's say congrats on 3 years as our raid message. If you guys have access to the emotes, let's send him some light sticks as well. But yeah, otherwise I will see you tomorrow morning to finish off Dual Destinies episode 3. Until then, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Treat yourself right. Don't forget to take your meds if you're going to be going to bed. And I love you guys. Have a good night, guys, okay? Otsu Kieran!